These bags cost so much less, they're not spoken about that much on social media, and they are so impossible to get. Hi everyone, affordable Chanel bags. It's not a sentence that you'd think to hear, and actually it's a title that I've kind of made a bit of a joke of, because let's face it, anything over, I would say, £500 is not really affordable, particularly on this stuff. No matter how much we all love this designer stuff, is any of it really, really worth the money? Now, the reason why I'm going to talk about Chanel is because you're going to be surprised. What with price rises from other brands, some brands such as Dior, they have got hero items, kind of classic items that are now more expensive than a considerable amount of Chanel bags. On social media, there's a lot of talk about the classic bags, you know. I feel like everyone knows the kind of backstory of how those bags came to be. And also, everyone knows how much they are, that they're kind of that they're kind of £5,000, £6,000, £7,000. And I have also said that for £7,000, which is how much this is now, which is madness, I would not purchase this bag. This is the jumbo size. No way would I buy this for £7,000. I would go pre-loved. Spoken about this before. I might link to another video I did actually, that I did a couple of weeks ago, because I found these bags pre-loved for around about £4,000, and they're £7,000 if you get them new. But some of the ones I'm going to discuss are, I love this bag, the mini square flap, the mini rectangle, this which is a seasonal piece from last year, which is another mini rectangle with a top handle, the business affinity, and the mini cocoa top handle. Can you still get this bag? I haven't seen this in the shops for a while. I wonder if it's going to be like the business affinity, where they just bring it back every so often in a different collection. So let's do some comparing. In the last couple of months and last year, Dior had a price rise, and a lot of the price increases went on their most popular classic bags, as you would expect. So for example, if I show you this, which is the Lady Dior in medium size, this bag is now a whopping £4,100 now. When I bought this bag, it was £3,500, and I didn't even buy it that long ago in the grand scheme of things. That bag is more expensive than this mini reissue at £3,260. This mini flap, which is in black and white, and this is actually a seasonal piece as well. I don't know if you can still get this. It's out at the moment, should be. This is £3,260 as well. It's also more expensive than this mini flap with top handle that is £3,690. And I've got a list here of Chanel bags, and it's actually more expensive than every single Chanel bag I'm going to tell you about. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Dior would have overtaken Chanel on not just one or two bags, on a list of bags? As I say, there's so much focus on their classic bags and the crazy prices they are, but you might not be aware of the other bags you can get. You might go and buy a Lady Dior thinking, I can't get anything from Chanel for that money, and you would be wrong. There are quite a few things you can get. The large size Dior Bobby is another good example. This bag is £3,150, which actually for the size of it's pretty good. But the Bobby's quite a new bag to the scene. I'm not so sure as to whether that's going to stick around in the longer term and become a classic. I think with the Lady Dior, you're always safe with that. It's kind of always there and always has been. But with some of the newer bags, they seem to update them a lot and discontinue some of the bags from time to time, so I'm not sure. That's a side topic. But at £3,150, that bag is more expensive than this, this is quite a cheerful bag, I thought. It's seasonal, and this is the mini flap in yellow, and this is £3,140. Louis Vuitton is a design house that, when I think about it, if you go back years now, you used to be able to go onto the Louis Vuitton website or go into the boutique, and you could pick up a pretty decent amount of bag for around about £500. I am talking about canvas, but you could still do it. Then prices have been going up. There's talk about the canvas being discontinued. Does anyone know if that's true or not? Because I don't know if it actually is. I still see it on the website, the canvas pieces. But so many of their items have gone up in price And you might be surprised, you might be assuming that Louis Vuitton money is going to be less than Chanel. And also, don't forget, being able to look at Chanel online is so impossible. It took me ages to figure out how to be able to look at the bags, and you have to use the search function. So unless you go into a boutique or you know how to work the website, you might be thinking, I don't know how much this Chanel bag is, but I'm just going to assume that it's going to be loads than Dior or Louis Vuitton. And you'd be wrong. This is the Louis Vuitton Beaubourg Hobo bag, £3,400. This is more than the mini rectangle, which is the best bag ever. If I quickly compare for you the mini rectangle to the small size classic flap, this is the difference. And you might be thinking, oh, that mini's too small for me. It's actually a bit wider than the small. The reason why I would recommend this is if I show you the inside of the small, there's lots of flaps going on, and all of this kind of extra gubbins that you have going on you see what I mean? You've got slots, you've got compartments, that all takes up space in the bag. And when I've demoed it before, because this bag is one open section with nothing in it, you can fit the same amount in this as you actually can in the small size flap. So don't be deceived into thinking that if you could work with the small size flap, that you couldn't work with this, because I suggest that you will be able to work with this and it fits just as much. The bag is also more expensive than the mini square at £3,090. It is more than that yellow flap bag I showed you earlier at £3,140. It is more than the mini reissue. And if I show you another one, this is the Louis Vuitton Murier bag. And it's more expensive than only one, which is the little yellow cheerful flap bag that I showed you earlier at £3,140. But at £3,250, you could have for £10 more, mini rectangle, that black and white mini rectangle, you could have a mini reissue. I appreciate that the two bags are two different looking things altogether, and one's a lot bigger than the other. But as I say, if you're buying the Louis Vuitton because you don't know how much Chanel actually is, because it's really hard to find out, and you're just assuming that Louis Vuitton is within your budget, you would be surprised. And I haven't even spoken about the Business Affinity, which is £3,400. And this is the same price as that Louis Vuitton Beaubourg bag, and it's less than the Lady Dior. This is a whole lot of bag. And also, if you're looking thinking it's too small, can you see it's got little poppers on the side, and you can expand it and you can use it wider, or you can close it and use it narrower. So I put out a community post quite a few weeks ago, and I said to all of you, thinking about doing a video on Chanel bags that are affordable in that they're under 4,000, what bags can you suggest to me that you know are in that price range? And if you know how much they are, please let me know. And I had loads of you write to me. I had about 50 comments, and I'm actually going to read out some of your names at the end of this. But one bag that kept coming up is the wallet on a chain. And I had some of you saying, well, although it's not a bag in the classic sense of the term, it is £2,670 currently. And it fits your cards, and I think some of you have said that you can fit your phone in it as well. And although this isn't a bag, in my opinion, it is a wallet on a chain, it's still very much something that, depending on how much stuff you personally carry around, this might be quite adequate for you. And it might be something that you hadn't even considered. And you might be looking at that thinking, that's around about my budget, that's perfect for my needs, and I think they look really chic on, by the way. I think they look really good. One thing I do need to add is that being able to get hold of these smaller size bags is easier said than done. They can be really hard to come by, particularly if you want to get them in just classic black. For me to get my mini rectangle took 2 years. If there are any of these bags that you've seen that you like, I would go to the boutique ideally, because on the phone people aren't always necessarily that helpful because they might be busy. I would say go to the boutique. Knowing how much things are in this video, tell them your budget and tell them the bag that you are after and see whether they have it. As I say, they can be hard to get hold of, I think because of the price point, but it's worth putting yourself on a wish list even, if that's what it takes. Also, quick point to add, the prices in this video are obviously in GBP. I have some of you who say to me, can I put the prices in your particular currency? I can't do that because I don't know how much these items are in your currency, and also the list of prices is like, where do you stop with different currencies? But I don't know how much things are in your currency essentially. So you might be watching thinking, yes, that bag in the UK costs that much money, but actually where I am, it costs a lot more. Bear that in mind. I am talking about UK prices, and as the time of this video, the prices are correct. Have I missed any bags out of that? If any of you are watching and you're screaming at the camera going, you forgot this particular bag, this, you know, how much money, please can you leave your comments below? I would be really interested in that. But I want to read out some of your names and thank those of you who left a comment. If your name isn't read out, it's because your comment came through after this video was done. But I want to thank Michelle Crawford, Denise, Hello Catwalk City, Purse Curse, Tailored Beauty Edit, Happy Bunny, Alicia Mullaney, Snowy, Caroline Pritchard, Ho Chic, Veronica Vendetti. Hello Veronica if you're watching. Veronica's lovely, you all are. Cynthia C, Monogram Queen, Giselle, Sharon Spencer, Special Sasha, Mega Green Bubbles, Alicia Monroe and Nat. Thank you to you, and also to everyone who wrote after this video and continue to write now. I still go and look at that post and I still get notifications for it, and I love and appreciate you writing back. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this has given you some ideas, and I will see you in the next video.